Welcome back to Dirty Garage Mods. I am Daniel. Today this is going to be a how-to video, and what I am going to be doing is putting the water pump on my 3.5 liter V6 in my Pontiac G6. This is actually the same water pump as a 3.4 liter in a lot of the Chevy Venture, the Pontiac Montana, the Pontiac Grand Am, Pontiac Grand Prix, and the G6s obviously. Also, I think the Pontiac Torrent and possibly Equinox. Yeah, anyways, I did some research on this. My car really doesn't need the water pump change, but I feel a little bit healthier about changing it because it's getting a lot of miles on it here lately with the work I do. So what I'm going to be doing is, what I did was I went to AutoZone.com and I researched the water pump for my car for an acdelco water pump, and it is $171.99. So I used a parts number off of there and I cross-referenced it onto Amazon, and I got it with tax, total, free shipping, $25. That price may vary a little bit, but there will be a link down in the description that you can use to get that product through Amazon. Also, I'm going to be using some latex gloves. There will be a link for that in the description, and there will also be a link in the description for the RTV stuff that I use on it. So if you want to order any of that, you can use those links. I don't see no profit off that anymore. I did away with the associates account, but I still like to share the links for people looking for something that's a little bit more reasonable than your local auto parts store. So hang tight and we'll get this started. To start this off, what you're going to have to do is remove the breather box and the belt and all that stuff. So I'm going to get started doing that right now and show you that stuff here as I go. Move the hose out of the can't think of what it's called right now. I can't remember it. It helps the engine breathe. Remove that. And be right back here in a second. I'll make sure you disconnect your electrical from your map sensor, and you want to unbolt the breather box, which you don't have to take off the cover, I don't think. I think I can pull it all at once. So make sure you have your magnetic bowl for putting all your bolts in, or some type of bowl, and it's setting somewhere safe so you don't lose them. I'm going to come back here in a minute after I get the box out. I got one more bolt. Alright, so here we are. I'm going to be taking the belt off. I have one of the belt tensioning tools. I don't like using it. I just use a ratchet. It's so much easier. Just put it on there and make sure you got it set in the right spot. Of course, I probably got it set the wrong way. Let's see here. I think I got it set right. And I don't use my good ratchet to do this. I use a cheap junk ratchet because this could break a ratchet real easy. Oh. Take a pipe if you got one. That's a square pipe that I use. And now I'll take that right off of there so it'll be out of the way. Semi truck going by. Alright. So you just get that out of the way, more or less. And there you go. Of course, now the ratchet is in a better spot. Yep, got it out. So anyways, and then the next process is going to be taking the pulley off. So we'll get to that here in just a minute when I get some tools out. So bear with me. Alright, something I had forgotten about when I took the belt off. You know, the pulley gets a little looser. But you also have to use something to kind of hold the pulley in place to get these bolts loose. So I use a small pry bar. You don't got to put a lot of pressure on it, just enough to get it where it needs to be. And you can pop each one of these loose with no problem, man. And these are all going to be 10mm bolts holding this on. You just get them loose enough, you can. Then you can pull your pry bar out. You can do everything by. You should be able to do everything by hand. Yep, just like that. Little 10mm bolts. Nothing too crazy. Put all those in your magnetic bowl. Somebody else has been in here before and done it before me, because I can see where they got lazy and didn't tighten the water pump bolt down. And now I get to fix it, so it isn't a big deal. Fix it just fine. Alright, so those are all out. So what you want to do is put your belt tensioner tool back on your pulley, or your belt tensioner rather, or ratchet, whatever you're using. This is really easy project to do. A lot of people can do this at home. Save yourself some money, because you go to the shop, they're going to want $300 or $400 probably to do this, and me personally, I don't believe in paying for something I know how to do. I've done quite a few of these in my lifetime, so it's not a big deal. Also, it gives you an opportunity to check your belt out. Mine is split, so I will be going and buying a new belt here probably today. Also, what common problem that causes belts to split, other than just wear, is harmonic balancers. Keep that in mind. Harmonic balancers can go out, and when they go out, they're a pain in the butt, but they're surprisingly an easy fix. I may do a video on how to do that here soon. So I'll cut back in here in just a few minutes. So something I failed to mention a while ago was you may have to jack your car up a little bit and put a pan up underneath the car. You're going to lose antifreeze. It's going to touch the ground no matter what, but at least you're going to catch as much of it as possible. So for the water pump bolts, they're going to be 8mm. I believe there's 6 of them, if I remember right. So you just, wow, so those are super loose. So you just get in there and get them loosened up, and it's maybe a little time consuming here. The whole project's time consuming, but the water pump itself is easy to change. So yeah, I will come back here in just a moment when I have the rest of the bolts out, and I'll show you how to get the water pump loose, and we'll go from there. Alright, so there we are. I got all 6 bolts out. They're real tiny bolts. 8mm socket is what removed them. Next, what you're going to be is trying to get this loose. Before you ever start this project, you want to make sure that your car is cooled down at least a couple hours, if not overnight. And I I gave my car 2 hours and cooled it down. I did start it and move it but I only moved it about 10 feet to get it closer to the garage. But other than that, not too bad. Some water pumps, you can just grab hold of them and pull it and it'll pop right off. Considering the fact that my antifreeze is still slightly warm, I am not going to be doing that. I'm going to use my pry bar and hammer and just kind of pop it loose. Don't matter if you damage the old water pump because, well, you're not going to use it anymore. Just don't damage the housing. Damage the housing, you're into a whole new project. There we go. Quite a bit of antifreeze in there. Alright, so there you are. There's a old water pump, and I'll do a little bit of comparison to show you the difference between the old one and the new one. That looks like the OEM water pump. We'll see. That's going to be the factory water pump, and this is the aftermarket. You see a lot of difference in them. This is, I mean, it's designed for flow. This is designed for better flow, so kind of cool. So anyways, yeah, I'll cut back in here in just a minute. So what I ended up doing, I ended up finding a scraper, and I got most of the gasket off there, and then I took a sanding block to it as well, and I sanded the crap out of it, so it's now cleaner than what it was. You want to try to get as much of it off there as possible, but sometimes the glue that was used from the factory especially is just hard to get off. So, but I think we'll be alright. It ain't gonna leak or anything. The gasket will go right over the top of that. It should. So, I mean, if you think you can get it off there, take your scraper and get in there and, oh, look at that. I used a little bit of brake clean on it too. That seemed to really help free it up. I didn't think to try to scrape it afterwards, so just try to get as much of that old gasket off there as possible. Alright, after it's just a little bit, a lot of people tell you take it all off. You know, it's up to you. So I'm gonna go ahead and work with it just a little bit more, I think. But I'm gonna get my shop vac out and suck all that crap out that just hit it. So this is what I do. I'm gonna put the RTV on the directly on the housing, and that's why I bought the latex gloves, because I like just using my finger and I don't want to get it all over my hand. So I'm going to get just a good coat of it on there, enough to get it to seal. Alright, so there we go. I'd rather have too much on there than not enough. So do it like that. That looks pretty good there. So then you just take your glove off and you don't got that crap all over your finger. So I don't mind getting greasy and stuff like that, but the RTV silicone is so hard to get off. It says on the bottle for this it takes about an hour for it to set up, so we got plenty of time to get the new water pump in place. So what I like to do to keep the gasket from falling off, put a couple bolts in to hold it in place. Of course, you got to hold it with your hand. Alright, so anyways, it's 5 bolts that holds it. I thought it was 6. It's 5 that holds it. And you just want to get them all snugged up. I try to do everything in a star pattern as much as possible. It helps everything. When it comes to doing stuff like this, you know, you kind of do it the same as what you would on your tires in your car. So it helps the water pump seat up. Last one because I was having problems with it. So now you can see that I got the water pump back on there. Everything's tightened up. Now what we're going to do is attach the pulley. You can do that by hand real loose, and then after you put the belt on, you can just tighten everything up. So go from there. Don't want to lose your bolts. You only got 4 of them. 3 would probably hold it, but I prefer all 4. Hell, 2 would probably hold it, but I still prefer all 4. So. So, anyways, goes back on there. You can actually snug these up without putting the belt on. I used a pry bar to loosen them up. You can use the pry bar to do the same thing. It would help it. It'd make it easier on you if you had to. Which I think I'm going to go ahead and do it that way. So. Set your pry bar in a good spot. I hate the noisy dogs around here. People do not train their animals. Alright, so anyways, there's that. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting the belt back on, and then we'll finish snugging the pulley up and hopefully get ready to do a test fire. Make sure there's no leaks. So here we are. I'm going to go ahead and start it up and see if we got any leaks. Hopefully not. It's slinging a little bit of water, but not a whole lot because it's water that's on the belt, so it's not even doing it now. So I would call that a success. So go ahead and shut her down and go from there. Alright, so the only things I have left to do is put the breather box back in and the breather tube and all that, going to the throttle body. I'm doing that all off camera. You can look back on I've done the thermostat on this car, and I've also done the radiator on this car. I will go ahead and link those right here at the end of the video. And if you like what you see, smash that thumbs up. Comment and subscribe. I'd like to thank all my new subscribers that have come to my channel over the last month or so. I've seen a significant amount of subscribers, so thank you all. I appreciate each and every one of you. And please share my content on your social media links. All my social media links will be down in the description below. I run a group called Garage Kept Group. Garage Kept. It's for hobbies and creating and all that. So, yeah, you're welcome. Come join that. You can click that link. My Instagram will also be down in the description. You're welcome to follow me on there. And also links for what I've used in this video, including the latex gloves, the RTV I used, and the water pump. So keep that in mind if you are looking to purchase a OEM water pump or acdelco water pump for this car. Amazon is usually your best bet. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not making nothing off of it. I'm just providing the link just to help people out, because I don't see any sense in paying almost $200 for a part that is under 30 bucks on Amazon. So